Spending priorities, what would you think would be have the highest multiplier as far as headline growth is concerned?
So I think one is the continued investment in infrastructure. I know there have been some discussions around whether the economy can absorb more infrastructure spending. But certainly, I think if you look at logistics, I think our logistics cost has gone down. I mean, that's a key component of factor cost, but I think there is a distance to go on that one still. And I think when we looked at urban infrastructure, that is another area, because we have seen significant migration to cities now. Unless the urban infrastructure is there at an elevated level, you possibly can't get more and more women, for instance, in the workforce. And we know the impact that women can have once they are joining the workforce into the GDP growth of the country. So I would say that continued focus on infrastructure and focus on urban infrastructure in particular are going to be extremely, extremely critical. I again go back to my point of skilling. And I do want to also emphasize that, to my mind at least, there's a need to rehaul our education system or our education curriculum at the senior levels, because with all the disruptions that are coming, whether it's AI and other technology disruptions that are coming, we are proud of the STEM graduates that we create, and those create innovations, etc., for the globe. I think for that to happen on a consistent basis, we will need to rejig our education system so that continue to be at the cutting edge when they come out of schools and colleges.
Absolutely, and that I think is one of the most pressing needs that companies feel. We talk about unemployment all the time, but it's also about people who are not capable of getting the right jobs because they lack skilling. That's a very, very important point.
In fact, if I can add, the economic survey, I think it was the last year's economic survey, which said that almost 51% of the college graduates which come out, are not really ready for the jobs that they get. Very few of them. So I think that's a case in point.
How do we build a robust AI foundation beyond what we have already done as a nation? I ask you this both as in your capacity as a company that is heavily involved in it, but as a nation state, what do you think needs to be done? We will have a very significant AI summit in a few weeks from now in India. But how do we build on what has already been done so far? Clearly, India, the United States and China lead it in several areas. What's the scope for us to do?
I think whether we want to ape what has been done in many other parts of the world is a moot point, is a moot question at this point in time. I do believe that with India's demographic prowess on the tech side, again, I'm referring to the STEM students. I mean, there is LLMs which have been built. Now, what pathways can we take from those LLMs, and how can we create efficiencies for the manufacturing sector, for the services sector, and also for our agriculture sector, and also create innovations on top of it, right? I mean, we have so many enterprise solutions which are there. And how can AI be embedded in what we already have, what is already there? Because, you don't need to recreate. I mean, it's a moot point, as I said, if you want to create your own LLM. But to me, the better solution would be at this point in time, and possibly less capex intensive solution would be to find pathways where you can create efficiencies and you can innovate on top of it rather than create your own LLM.